Conquering Mount Scrap. We're with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and we're here today with another episode of Mini Monday. Yay, it's Mini Monday. And today we're doing a lantern. Yes, the PDF for this is going to be in our show notes below. And I've been just really anxious to do this one. And it's a really cute little scrap buster. You could do this totally scrappy with every color under the sun, especially in that band area, and just have fun with this. And I have already marked it so as to where with the lights and the darks and the pinks and the grays and all this stuff is going to go. But this is a cute, this one is a real cutie. Before we get started, let's do our shout outs. Elizabeth Robinson is on our shout out list today, and you guys gotta go check her out. Very cool, very cool. And Diane at Patchwork Quilts with Diane. Both of these people are fiber artists, and they're doing something unique with their channels. So you guys are gonna go check them out. And if you like what you see over there, tell them that Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent you. You know, we like to help out other people and do all sorts of kind of things for them, and they don't know these shout outs are coming. So also, if you want to help us out, make comments, thumbs up, share, like, subscribe, hit the bell. There's a hype button now. All of that helps our analytics for our video to push our videos forward so we can give more quilters free fun patterns. Let's see, the current shout out, or the current mystery so long that we're doing right now when this film is being going to be dropped is Twinkle Twinkle, and I hope everybody's having a good time with that. The next one will be Happy Scrappy Overflow, and no, we do not have a date yet as to when that starts. And then the next one after that will be the Disappearing Pinwheel. That's the purple and white quilt that's usually behind me that everybody comments on. This one is Barn Swallows, but that purple and white one, everybody's, oh, what's that quilt? That's what it is. It's a Disappearing Pinwheel. And I call it a weekender quilt, but we're going to break this one down a little bit so that people have a chance to, you know, get a good idea as to how to do this quilt. And we also have Zoom sew dates listed in the show notes or description box below. First Saturday of every month, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, because I'm in Alberta, Canada. And we just have a blast on those sew dates. We have so much fun chatting with everybody. And if you don't feel like sewing that day and you have knitting to do, bring it. We're inclusive, not exclusive. We also have a Facebook group with a virtual sewing room hosted by Discord for the Facebook group members. We have a bunch of fun community chats. We have all sorts of fabric exchanges by country to keep postal costs down. The admin said, please agree to the rules and answer the question. They're trying their best to keep that room safe, or that group safe from spammers and whatnot, so that all the quilters that join are, you know, will have a happy little place to go. Also, I speak for free to quilting guilds and quilting groups. So if your guild or group is looking for a speaker, you know, and you're wanting something to do with your scraps, let me know. I'll be happy to make an accommodation. You can reach me through the About tab, has my email address, or you can message me through the Facebook group. I'm faster at Facebook than I am at email. As well, if you guys have shout outs for quilting channels only, somebody that's doing something different and somebody is working hard and has a unique voice, let me know. Send me their name and their link, and I'll be happy to give them a shout out. Just don't tell them we're trying to sneak around and do something fun and nice for people. Okay, so that's the only thing that I ask. Don't tell them you're sending their name for a shout out. I have 2 collaborations this spring, summer, and fall coming up. And the one is called Quilter's Challenge. Now, we had such a fun time working with some of these ladies before. We've got a few new people in there now. And the thing is, everybody has a chance to give a theme or an idea out. And now, what does that idea mean to you? And how are you interpreting that idea? I am just so waiting for all these cool ideas to come out of this challenge. And we're not only challenging each other, we're challenging each other's viewers, right? So I'm challenging you guys as well. So this is, I can't wait for the pictures to come. I was like, this is so cool. And then the other one is Back to Basics. Now, Donna from Handmade by Ying with Donna set that one in motion, and she's got some she's got a lot of YouTubers in there teaching very basic skills, right? Basic ideas. So it's great for the beginners in the crowd, but it's also really good for the guys who've been around the block for a while and may have picked up a bad habit or two like myself. So I'm going to have to watch some of those as well. Yeah, it's just going to be so much fun this coming year. So yeah, stay tuned and you will hear all sorts of other things more. I think that's it. I think that's all there is. So let's come on in. Let's get to the sewing of lantern. Okay, we're at the sewing machine. These are all the things you need for foundation paper piecing. Tape is your friend, because when you make a mistake and you have to unpick from the fabric side of your work, not the paper side, and chances are you might need this, right? So you want that always handy. Tracing wheel. Now this tracing wheel, what it does is you go along with a ruler and you draw out your line, and then you can see your bumps on the back side of that. I just use printer paper. So, like, yeah, I want something that I can actually see. Paper scissors are handy to have. Of course, my regular scissor, a rotary cutter, an add-a-quarter ruler. You don't really need an add-a-quarter ruler. It does make the work a little faster, but that's, it is what it is, right? And a regular ruler and cutting mat. So we have way too much fabric here. So let's start with, what I did is I marked all what goes where. So I've got pinks and background and dark gray. So first thing we're going to look at is the dark gray. And get that out of here because, wow, there's a lot. And I did not need all of this. I just needed this little piece here. Probably is way too much, but hey, we're pulling out our scraps. And one of the things, too, I just want to tell you guys, before I started a YouTube channel, I would take a piece of fabric like this. I would make my two little dark squares, and then I would do something else with the fabric. I would not have it sit around and languish in my stash. Now, a good inch and a half will give me a little bit hangover. Okay, that's good. I only need an inch and a half, and I don't need very much. So I'll just cut this at an inch and a half. And you kind of pre-measure your fabric pieces that you're going to work with. And I probably only need, oh, geez, gee whiz, look at this. 2 inches. So 2 inches of each end, biggie 2 inches. A biggie 2 inches, which would mean a little bit bigger than 2 inches. And that piece will go back into the scrap. So there's our first piece that we're cutting, and that's the only dark gray that we have. So yes, there's going to be a lot of dark gray in here. And let's see, let's get this 1/4 inch over, and I'm just going to put a pin in it for now because I don't know when I'll get my dark gray or background gray. I should go a little bit more that way. There we go. Okay. And there we go. There. Wait. Sometimes you gotta play with these pieces a bit. And I do love the spider web, and the little spider pops out every once in a while. That's kind of cute. But anyways, there. So I got the dark grays. Now this one only takes background gray. So let's get the plaid pink next. Because I got 2 plaid pinks pieces. This is there we go. And the size of that is, 2 inches. I'm going to make that 2 1/4. I'm going to make it 2 1/4. Yep. 2 1/4. I'll make it 2 1/4 and it will be perfect. And it is wide enough. Yes. Okay. 2 pieces and 1 1/4 inches. So, okay. One side, of course, has got selvage and the other side does not. So let's cut off the selvage first. Let's cut that off because we don't want selvage in your foundation paper piecing. Selvages are one of those things that does not wash the same as everything else. I'm just going to put like 1 1/4 inches out there. And I think that's the only plaid pink I've got, right? Yep, there's only 2 pieces. This is a cute one. Okay, so the plaid pink is here and here, and we're just going to mark that in there and get a pin and secure it. Yes, I want a little bit of pink on each side. This is what you call pre-cutting. Now, your pre-cutting is very easy to do. You know, like you just saw me do this. And it's, yes, you're cutting it, the pieces a little big. You're cutting, you know, this and that a little big. You're putting a pin in where it needs to be. But this is now the background. Okay, so the dark pink and the medium pink are next. So I figure, where's my ruler? This is a 2 1/4 inch piece as well. So I'm just going to cut a 2 1/4 inch piece from this rectangle right here. Get it the other way. Maybe if I put the ruler down, it'd be easier to put this down. So I'm just going to get a little bit bigger than I need it. There. That's all I need. That's what I need. And I need a pink, and I'm going to make 2 pieces that are 1 1/4 inch big, bigger than 1 1/4 or 2 1/4 inches. So that you're working now with strips that are cut approximately the right size. That's the big thing. And you can go almost 2 1/2 with this if you want. There we go. And I got way too much pink out, but that's okay. That's okay. I can always use it for another lantern or a different project. So this one will happen here. Now it tells you to move from this side across. I can put one here and one there, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start in the middle and work out, because to me that makes more sense. So one here and one there. Okay, so now I flip this. And I've got, do I have good coverage? Yes, I do. Ooh, very cool. So I'm going to put that down there. And I'm going to run this through while it's still there in place. Perfectly in place, I might add. Yay me. And now for the backgrounds, because I need background. Now background is one of these funny things. I'm going to need a background that is 1 3/4 inches. There we go, 1 3/4 inches. 1 3/4 inches is this. Okay, and it's got to be how big? There's 1 and 2. I've got all 1 3/4 inches. This one goes into the string bin because it's too tiny. Okay, and I just cut that in half. Now this pale gray is lovely as a background. This one will be so nice as a background. Now I'm just going to take this, I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to, where am I? Oh, there it is. Run this under. Run it under and put that there. Pick up one of these. Yes, it's perfect. There we go. Now you want to lay this so that this edge covers that point. So you want to push this just a little bit this way. Right? Okay, so now we want to go, just get this out of the way. Just like that. There, perfect. And now you want to take this again, do that again, lift that off. There we go. There. And again, you want to push this more this way to cover that point, because you want it, that point is not there, right? So you want to make sure you cover that point. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to this. Whoops. I'm just going to leave those for a bit. I'm going to go back to this and I'm going to press this so that I get my next piece. Oh no, I sewed it wrong. Oh well. I guess the medium pink is now the dark pink and the dark pink's the medium pink. It's fine. We are not going crazy with this. We are just doing this real quick and this, just like so. There. And the rest is dog bed. Oops. There we go. Now I'm going to cut this off. Okay, I'm going to trim the dark. So I put, basically what I did is I put them in the wrong spot. Right? So I'm going to cut this square. And I'm going to cut this way. There we go. Okay, so now the next pink is here. There we go. And I want to make sure I cover everything good and put it in just like so. There we go. Okay, now get this out of the way. You've got excellent coverage. Perfect. Now you want to do the other side. There. Oops, there we go, just like that. I'm gonna put that down, like so. Oops, get that off. Get the little fluffies off. Nobody wants fluffies. Nobody wants the fluffies. Okay, I'm going to cut that, but I'm not going to sew it. I'm going to cut this one right away and get that one moving in the right direction. Okay, there we go, and we're just going to press that over just like so, and trim this, there. Here, now we can add the dark to both sides. Dark goes here, just like that. Make sure it got good coverage. Yes, this one's got the most pieces on it. So if you want to continuously sew, like this one right now is done, right? So if you want to consistently sew, you have to kind of pull them in and out of order a little bit, but that's okay. All right, so that one's ready to be trimmed. We're just going to put that one off to the side for now. And let's see, push this out of the way. Perfect. And now go like that. There. Push that down. This gets a loose thread pulled. There's all sorts of stuff. There. And again, you got the wing. So yes, it's going to work. It's going to work. It's going to be lovely. Okay, there we go. Just press it like that. Okay. There we go. And I'm not going to cut off all that big piece. We're just going to go like that. And then like that. There. There we go, and we got another one to line up, just so perfect, perfect. There. Now, oh no, I ran out of bobbin. Ah! I ran out of bobbin. Okay, bobbin chicken it is. That's okay. I'm okay with running out of bobbin chicken. I ended up with a beautiful donation of thread. And I'm like, oh yes, we have some gorgeous threads that I'm going to be using in my quilts. And the thing that most people don't realize about thread is if you have the same value of thread that you have, if you have the same value with the colors that you're sewing, you can sew with whatever color you want because you're not going to be able to see it. There we go. Now it's sewn. Wow, that could have been awkward. I've not sewn and have all of a sudden this thing all fall apart. Okay, so there we go. There's another piece that's done. Well, let's work on this. This is a little bit different size. Okay, let's get the smaller piece because we have more than we need to do that with. We're good. We're in good shape. Let me just get that, toss that over on the cutting table. And we're going to see first how wide these short pieces are. So they're an inch and a quarter. Let's make sure they're like a good 1.5 inches. So we've got good coverage. So let's get that 1.5 inches cut. There we go. Just like that, and get that out of the way so I don't cut it, because that would be bad. Okay. Now we need this to be, okay, we're measuring this, it has to be 2 inches. 2 inches. Oh my goodness. Okay, a healthy 2 inches is 2.25. Okay, I need another 1/4 inch because I need 4 pieces, right? Okay, there we go. Okay, 2.25. A healthy 2 inches just translates to 2.25. Okay, there we go. Got it. So for now, and that will probably go into the scrap bin because it's big enough to go into the gray scrap bin. Now we're going to start with these, and let's see, got this one lined up, I'm sure. There we go. It seems funny to be cutting these little ones, but it is what it is. Okay, here we go. There, now we're just going to put that through. Now you take it to a 1/4 inch pass and you hold on to it and you sew it up and down for a bit. That way you've got a good, you've made a little knot. Oh, that one's perfect. I don't even have to play with that one. I just sew it. There, and push that forward a little more. There we go. There. Now, this one gets squished that way. There we go. There. Just like that. Now, we take a little rectangle here of, because we know it's going to be big enough. There we go. And we just hop that over, up and over. There we go. Now we do the other side. Yes, we have good coverage. Now we're going to do the other side, and we'll just trim off that little bit that shouldn't be there. There. There we go. There. There we go. And we'll get that piece. Oh, okay. Just about there, guys. Just about there. Okay. And now we have a half block or a half triangle to do. I was just like, couldn't figure out what I was doing next. It's like, okay. So here we go. I'm going to put this down and make sure we've got good coverage there. Yes, we do. Okay, here. And there. Okay, so now we've got both sides here done. Oh, this guy needs another one. He needs another arm. I'm going to pull him off. There we go. There, now. Yeah, foundation paper piecing just allows for so much fun and play when it comes to your designs. Like anything you want to do, like you can do, if you can do it in foundation paper piecing, you can make the wildest, loveliest designs ever. And, you know, that's something to really think about, you know, when you're working with your stuff. Now, I'm going to trim off this piece absolutely flat because we're at the end of this. Yay! Just like that. And that's going into the pink bin for the scraps, or crumbs, I mean. And I just need a light pink on this side. There we go. Okay, I'll lift that up. Oops. Come on. There we go. There. Now, okay, so both of these end caps need a triangle on top. So what you can do is you can cut a triangle. Oops. Have I got that all? Did I get that right? Yeah. So now you can cut a triangle for it, or cut a square and cut it in half. That also works, you know, for your piecing. That might add just a bit more fun to the project. Or you can, you know, if you had odd square, you know, triangle things or oversized triangle things, you could just drop them down here too, right? You know, if you were doing this totally scrappy and it was just, you know, some crazy fun, you can have a lot of fun with the piecing on these, right? But we're doing kind of an aesthetic here. So we're going to push these back out. And now we're going to take the back. We are going to measure this back square. Now this is it would be a 2.5 inch square, but I'm going to cut it 3 just so I can get a really nice overhang on both sides, right? Because I don't want to be shy when you're cutting a triangle, right? So now we're just going to go and cut a 3-inch square. A 3-inch square. We do not need that piece. And well, I'm going to cut from get this off, this raggedy edge off. Now I'm going to cut a 3-inch square, and that goes into the crumb bin, and this goes there, just down the center, just like that. Okay, here we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to center this so that I have a little bit hanging over each side. Oh, I just threw that other piece away, didn't I? Ah, that was smart. No, I didn't. I threw it here. Okay. I might have to run and get that piece. Oh well, that's okay. Well, I have a piece here. I should be okay. I should be okay. There. Now, There we go. That's another piece for the bin. Now, for the crumb bin. Now, this is going to be one of those pieces. I shouldn't have thrown that other piece away. Hang tight. I'll be right back. There it is. So, I've got this piece here. That's 3 inches. It's too big, but it'll do. It'll do in a pinch. I got so much of this gray. And let's see now if that worked the way the plan came together. Yes, it did. Ooh, yes, it did. Just. Oh my goodness, just came together. Okay, and that. Okay. There we go. There. Okay. So the last piece here now is a 3-inch square. Well, or almost 3 inch. Probably 2.5 would do. 2.5 would do. Okay. And I'm just going to put that down just like so. Very quick. Is that the right side? Boy, this gray is so hard to see which side is the good side and which side is the bad side. And if it's right up to your nose and you can't tell, don't worry about it. Okay, so just FYI, just in case you didn't know. Okay, so okay, now just big enough. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut here and I'm going to trim all the pieces, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew all the pieces together, right? So that this video is getting a little on the long side. So that I'll be back as soon as I finish trimming everything. Okay, so here we have it all lined up now and all trimmed nice. Now, you'll notice some of these corners have these little divot rounded, that's on the pattern. When a pattern shows those divots, you need to cut them out, because what's going to happen is it's going to help you line up your pieces, right? So when I take this and I start flipping it over, I'm going to see if I can't get that right close up. This divot is going to be flat. There's not going to be a dog ear, right? So it's kind of important to have that nice and flat, even, so that it will come together for you very quickly here. And I'm just going to show you here a sec. Let me finish the seam. That divot is helping you line it up. And also, let's see. Eep. Okay. It's not letting me pull this out. Now, that divot is helping me line it up, as well as, there, see, you've got a nice straight line when you pop that open. Now, I sewed this upside down, and because it's foundation paper piece, I still made all my points, but I don't want to make sure I hit my points on this side, so I'm lining up this. And I'm making sure my divots are in good place. We're in the good place on the divots on either side. And I'm going to flip it like this. So now I can see my points. I've got everything all lined up nice and neat. And I'm going to have, oops, come on, let's go. There we go. All of a sudden it lines up and it's like, oh no, quick, sew it. So now everything is lining up. I can see where my points are, so I'm not tempted, I'm not cutting off anything, I'm not, making my points end up nice and sharp that way. Okay, now, next piece, of course, because this block is on point, I started playing around with this, and I was just like, oh, I love it, it's on point, it's just gorgeous. Now I'm pressing away from the center, because that's where all the bulk is going to be with all that fabric and the points and everything. So now I have perfect points on both sides. Hooray! So now I'm going to line up this, And again, it's got the divots, so everything has to be really good. And I don't really have a point on either side, do I? That I have to worry about. So I can sew it with a little piece on top. There we go. Okay. And pull that off. And just press this out of the way. So nice. See, look, isn't that gorgeous? You could make, instead of, at this point, you could just leave this whole big triangle and make a Christmas ornament, because it kind of looks like that. You can play with it, the colors. So it's kind of a versatile little block, but making sure you have the divots. Now, when I did this corner, said 3 inches. I'm basically trimming dust off, right? So maybe go 3 1/4. You know, just like so, in case your fabric slips underneath and you don't notice it right away, and that way you're not going to be shy within the seam allowance. There we go. Now, just there we go. And we're going to open this up and press it that way. See that? See, even that, the top where the points are here, that's perfect, matching up, right? Because this is what you can do with the power of foundation paper piecing. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my stay stitching, which is always an important thing to do around the outside edge. And I want to make sure everything is there, nice and lovely. There we go. And we want to make sure the seams stay pressed the way they are. Yeah, you can have fun with this on a Christmas tree. Making a Christmas ornament. I have an ornament with both ends. Yeah, we could have done this Christmas colors. Oh well. Next time. That still looks cute in pink and gray. Okay. There we go. And last little bit. Okay. So with that, foot falls off. It made it right to the end. And then it fell off. Okay, so now we can start taking the paper off of this. But let me give this a nice press. Let me get a nice flat press. Everything is lining up on the edges. A little wobble, it's fine, you know, but yeah, let's get a nice fresh press on this and we'll see you in the ta-da moment. So here's my little lovely lantern. And as we were playing with this, all of a sudden it kind of hit me that it could be a Christmas ball, you know, a ball for a Christmas tree. And I do have some balls with both ends, right? So, or a little spike you could play around with this quite a bit. But this rounded bit here in the middle is adorable. I mean, you know, you could have lots of fun with this. And you could make this as scrappy as you want, right? That's the beauty of these kind of blocks, is you can play with them and have every one of these a different color and it would look great, you know, or you could have these 2 different colors. It would look fine. So anyways, I hope that you're winning Bob and Chicken, because apparently I don't win it that often anymore, and I actually film when I lose it. So, and that, you know, your 1/4 inch seam is absolutely perfect. So guys, you take care and stay well until we see each other again. Okay, bye! My husband and I would like to thank you for all of your support and watching our videos and sharing and liking. It has just been, you've put us on such an amazing journey and we are having so much fun. I hope everything is going so well in your life and, you know, your 1/4 inch is perfect. Everything is working out for you. And we're just so happy to be part of your lives and you having, like I say, you're watching us. I was just so thrilled that you're doing that. So I want to say goodbye and I want to thank you with all my heart. Okay? Take care. Bye.